Okay, hey. Awesome.
Are we on?
I think so. We have an excellent connection. I don't know why the camera's not working. Yeah, there we are.
There we are. Let me, yep, I think we're good. I think we're
Awesome.
good. Let me mute my
Awesome.
phone. Let me set our timer so we don't, drag it on. So what do we want to talk about today? I'm feeling very all over the place, so I'm gonna kind of let you take over. Take over the lead.
Well, I thought today we would talk about just taking a few minutes for ourselves. Is that about what's happening?
It's
here?
not. Is that this is what I see? There we go. And that's because we're now finally really. I can see. Seems to be a delay.
There is a delay.
There's a delay. So I'm like, where's all the stuff that I laid out? Look at what I laid out. I laid out a bunch of mark making things.
Yes.
Just so that while you're talking, I can play and do different marks and just go through our banter.
Yes. I think that, the weekends are busy and full of activities, and do we ever take time to just sit and relax and do our crafting?
So look at this. This is the only thing that stood out to me today.
I can't see it yet.
Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a delay.
There
you
is
go.
Picasso, so
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to work off of that while you're talking. I'm just going to cut my paper and try to get lost.
Did you remember that book, Everything You Need to Know You Learned in Kindergarten?
I've never heard of that, but
So-
tell.
So there's this book, and it really goes through all the skills that you learned in kindergarten and how you take them through your life, like ripping paper and cutting and mark making. And I think it's just great preparation for arts and crafts and becoming an artist.
I think the difference between somebody that either, may paints or crafts or whatever, we allow ourselves to
Yeah, I think you need there you
we
go.
allow ourselves to let go and create. Like when you're kids, you don't think too much. And so what I'm going to do right now is not think too much, because I just wanted to come on and just kind of reboot for Monday. I'm a little tired today. Sundays, this weekend was really busy. I had a lot of activities going on, a lot of chores in the house. I'm just a little run down. And you know what? I can't be run down because I have to reboot for tomorrow.
Exactly.
So this will kind of chillax me a little bit.
I mean, just 5 minutes of being still, being quiet. And that doesn't mean meditating or being quiet. It just means doing something where your focus is on creativity or
You know me.
not in your head.
Not being still for too long is not good for me.
And you don't have to be still. You can go for a walk. You can, if you like art, you can make art. If you like knitting, you can do knitting. It's just doing something that speaks to you other than living in your head.
I like it.
So I love what you're doing. It's just, not planning. I mean, how many things in our life are already planned?
A lot.
Like you have to do it.
Like too much.
Right? And scheduled, and how often do we just not know the plan and just go for it? Not often. So just not knowing where you're going to end up and just taking...
Yum.
Wow.
Yeah. Yum. So I'm going to turn it around
Yep.
and I'm going to pounce it over here with a napkin. So, wow, I was being neat and clean. That's a rarity. So I used it twice.
Wow, that looks great.
Did you see what I'm using? I'm just using random things that
I think that
had.
was packing material.
Packing materials. I have the thing from the toilet paper, which I'm also going to use.
I think you never, if you do mixed media, you never look at things the same way.
Never. Once something you learn that something makes a mark, you're in trouble.
And show that any old key cards or credit cards
This is an
are
old
great
credit card.
scrapers, or gift cards. When people give you gift cards or hotel keys or stuff like that,
Yum.
those are really good.
So how are you feeling for this week?
I'm.
You know what we should talk about?
What?
Remember when we got together with some friends and they wanted to talk about what word was the word
Right.
that you would use to describe what happened
past
last
year.
year when we
Yeah.
were all, under quarantine and stuff. And this person's word was isolation,
Right.
and how isolated she felt from people because, she lives alone. Her son had moved out. Her husband is not around anymore. May he rest in peace, that type of thing. I know a lot of people struggled with that. But in my case, I'm lucky that I had my husband was around, my son, I had my little group of people
Right.
that, thank God, because you know what, a lot of people didn't have that,
Right. It's true.
and so my word was not isolation. My word was more like
Uncertainty.
uncertainty. Just the whole feeling of what is going to happen, when is this going to end. You don't, like, when I thought of it initially, first, what I know the most about preparation is like when a hurricane's coming. So you go and you buy a bunch of food
Right.
and you get prepared, but eventually the hurricane
There's an
passes
end.
and there's
Right.
an end.
Right.
I didn't know how to prepare for this.
Right.
What is going to happen?
And how do you handle uncertainty and change? Because this is a big change.
Well, I ate a lot.
Well, I think you're not alone.
I ate a lot, typical to hurricane, if where we're from,
It's a comfort.
it's a comfort thing. Oh, look how pretty that came out. And I dealt with it like that until I said I cannot continue to eat, that was a moment in time. But a lot of the ways that I dealt with it too is that we had a lot of, gatherings online, and you're trying to stay connected to people.
Yes,
I think
it's
that-
really important to
I
do
think that
that.
helped a lot. But again, like I tell you again, what do? I tried to focus on the fact that we were all okay, and we were all, at least I had my nucleus, my people.
Right.
And remember during that time you were switching homes and you're like, I need somewhere to stay, and you stayed with us. I was so thankful that you had nowhere to go, that you needed to stay with us. Tell me, was that not the best timing?
It was the best timing. It really was. And I think part of what this taught me is that you don't know how it's going to be.
What's
you know?
in store?
And-
Nobody knows what's in store for anybody.
Right, but trusting that it's going to be it's all going to be okay, and not to fight it, just to relax into it and look at the positive side. I know that's a challenge and often
itself.
really hard to do, but you can do it. It's just a practice. It's just a way of thinking about things and constantly reminding yourself, because our mental, I don't know where your thing is.
Right here. I got it. I was trying to look for a little container.
Our mind often likes to go to the negative space, and which was really easy to do because you don't have a sounding board. Your normal routine has been taken away, and
your bad thoughts kick in.
Yeah.
Always, that's human nature.
it is human. Oh my gosh, that's fabulous.
It's delicious. I didn't want it to be so intentional, so I didn't put it exactly,
Yes.
exactly where it goes. You know what? I read the other day, during the 9/11 memorials, how, sometimes you're like, oh my God, this traffic sucks and I'm going to be late.
Right, yeah.
And a lot of people on
Yeah.
9/11 were stuck in traffic. They didn't make it to the office. They felt sick that morning, and you're like, I'm going to miss work. I'm going to get, but you know what? You are always where you're supposed to be.
Right.
Because though when we're in it, we
You
don't see it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's amazing, that put it in perspective. I don't know if that was real, but I'm sure a lot of those things, with all the people that were there, a lot of those things have to be real,
I agree. No, I agree. I even know some people that I know it was real.
They didn't go to work that day.
They had to go to one had to go to a conference, and one overslept.
Wow. Talk about,
You know.
saying, I really need to trust in the process. You know what? After 9/11, I had a lot of different perspective. It doesn't last very long, human nature.
Yes, you always go back.
But I always try to say, God, please, am I in the right place? Is this happening for a reason? Just send me a sign, will you? Can you just send me a postcard? So I'm just trying to give everybody perspective. When things are not going right, there's a reason why you're going through that.
The story was really nice. So
Finish the story then.
Yeah, that, someone, they just went through the reasons why some people didn't get to work. Someone was up late last night and overslept.
Oh yeah, one person had just bought new shoes, and so
Right.
he had to stop at CVS to get Band-Aids because he couldn't take the shoes. So he, didn't make it to the office in time.
I mean, really, one person had to get donuts.
It was their turn to get donuts. It was a very interesting thing that puts a lot of stuff in perspective.
Yeah, you can't make
know?
that stuff up. You can't.
Hey, you have some water? I need to clean my jar. I have no water.
Get some water.
So going forward for the weekend, I have a few things that I need to work on. Just a few. I need to take time to stop and be grateful for our health. We need to take time. And when I say we, because everybody needs this. A lot of people are better at it, and I think like everything else, it's a practice.
It's just a practice.
Just to be grateful and just to find your balance, and kind of like what we say all the time. You need to try to stay centered and know that things happen for a reason, and know that if you're going through a bad situation, it's only temporary.
Right.
Everything is temporary.
Everything's temporary.
And the only thing that's constant is change. I fight that like you have no idea. I have such a hard time with change. And sometimes I'm like, why did I fight this when this is exactly what I needed?
Right.
But, the monkey never learns.
Nope.
So you got to try over and over and over again.
But it's like everything. When you're little, you have to fall down a lot before you learn how to walk.
That's right. That's
And
so true.
as adults, we forget that it is a practice. We practice. It took you. My dad used to say, it took you this long to get the way you are. It's going to take you that long to change it.
Wow. Pretty deep, and it's so true. So what am I going to do now? I'm almost done.
I just love it.
We could just make so many of these and have like positive messages on them. I love them.
Yes.
Whatever. Do whatever you want.
But I think that's good. Positive messages are important. We used to write on Post-it notes
We're going
and stick them up on your bathroom mirror
Or
to
on your
remind you, or on your
refrigerator.
refrigerator, just to remind you of things that you need to be reminded of. Not everyone has different personal things they need to be reminded of.
Right.
Not everyone has their own story.
I've done diets, and I've put stuff on the refrigerator to encourage me not to not to sabotage myself and mess up my diet. You look at the refrigerator and it says, "You're stronger than that donut."
Right.
I've done that because sometimes you just need a little encouragement, a little extra encouragement.
Right.
Love yourself and understand that until you love yourself, you really can't love others, and that's really important. Because like my husband will tell me, "Oh, you look beautiful," but until I look in the mirror and know that I'm happy with my hair, I'm happy with whatever I'm wearing, I can't make him happy. And if
Right.
mama ain't happy, nobody happy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep.
So this is really pretty. I really like it. And what did I use for this? Nothing, people. All I used was, I have a bag full of cheap acrylic paint. I just found,
Packing material.
packing material. This is cardboard, no big deal. I used another piece of cardboard here, toilet paper, old credit card to smear your paint all around.
And I think part of the fun is trying to figure out other uses for things around the house.
Go online, print one of your favorite quotes, take a card, fold it in half, and you just made somebody a personalized card. It's,
Right.
I cut it, but I could have kept it like this, and then you could open it and dedicate it to somebody inside. People love handmade things, and this is so fun. It's good for your soul. And at the end of the day, you're giving somebody something that's personal.
Yes.
I mean,
I love that.
So before we wrap it up for today, because we're almost done, believe it or not.
Wow, that
again,
went fast.
I want to talk to everybody about our upcoming class. Let me
Oh,
go get
yes.
the picture.
So we have an upcoming class on Friday. We're the 24th at 7 on Zoom and Facebook Live. And we're continuing our cardboard magic series. Last time we did a little birdie. This time we're doing a little girly.
Aww, she
So,
is quite lovely.
She's really cute. And again, with the upcycle, making something beautiful out of cardboard, not only is it saving the planet, but it's also saving our souls.
That's right. So what do we need for this project? If you haven't signed up yet, go to BeeDeeStudios.com and pay
Yep.
for the class today. You can pay it online, and
And
then
then-
we'll send you the cutout for the class for Lucy.
And the link for the private Facebook group.
Right.
And the Zoom link.
Perfect. Mod Podge, cardboard, scissors, acrylic paint, and a wood canvas. And if you don't want to invest in a wood canvas, a canvas board. And if you don't want to invest in that, cardboard on cardboard. The point is to relax and have a good time. And that's what we're going to do on Friday. Happy hour. Get your coffee. Get your wine.
Yes.
Get your
Whatever you
your
want. Your-
Prosecco.
yes.
We're done. But I'm really happy we were able to create together. This is something. This
Yeah.
Sunday thing becomes something that I
Yeah.
look forward to.
Me too.
To
Me
be able
too.
to, you and I just sit and hashtag ourselves. Hashtag me. Hashtag relaxation. Hashtag art for therapy. It really is.
But it only took that didn't even take you 15 minutes. It took you
Don't
just a few
think.
minutes.
Don't
you
think.
just do it and look how beautiful.
I didn't do much to it. Now I let it dry, and I could put that on top of a card. I think it would look lovely.
I
So.
agree with you.
So signing off for today. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll see you on Friday. Join us for the fun. It'll be awesome. BeeDeeStudios.com. Sign up today. Join us on Friday.
It's only $15.
And important,
Yes.
it will be recorded. So if you can't
Yes.
join live, which is better, it's more fun. Then you
You
could
can-
do it at your leisure.
Yes.
A lot of people do it 2 or 3 weeks later with some girlfriends or with their daughter or whoever's available. So.
Yeah, we got a note on Facebook that someone had done it with her daughter, and
I
she
thought
showed
that-
pictures. It was so cute.
So much fun. It's only $15, It's not a big commitment. So
Yeah.
signing off, and as
And
we always
remember,
say,
Stay focused,
stay
centered, and stay creative.
Enjoy your Sunday, everybody. Bye-bye.